Hello and welcome back to our Batman the Animated Series episodes commentary. And today's episode is one that I like very much. And it's a almost sci-fi episode called Time Out of Joint. A very interesting title, by the way. Featuring the villain, the Clock King, for the second time in this show. So as usual, let's do our countdown so we can watch the episode together. If you have your DVD box sets or Blu-ray box sets or streaming service with Batman the Animated Series, let's do it in 3, 2, 1, give it a play. The Warner Bros. Logo is on the screen. And for the first time in this show, we have a different opening to the episode, which is something very odd, at the same time very interesting because the new opening titles the show as The Adventures of Batman and Robin, which is very interesting because apparently they decided to separate a little bit the episodes from the show that have only Batman and the ones that have Robin in it. I mean, Batman and Robin. So I don't know. Is that a way to separate the episodes that have a little more fun and more child friendly? Because when we have Robin, it's supposed to be more adventurous and a little less dark. Maybe, right? I know that later in the show we're gonna have again the original opening, the classic opening back when we have episodes only featuring Batman, which is something very interesting. I don't know why they did that, but I suppose that is because of this reason that when we have Robin in the episode, things are a little more friendly towards children, and they can have a fun time watching it instead of being this very adult driven show that we have in certain episodes. So it's fun. I don't know. It's a little unnecessary, but at the same time, it's kind of fun to see this different opening, which is basically just a montage of all the episodes with Batman and Robin. And the episode starts with Bruce and Dick Grayson in an auction. Um, and they are in this auction with a lot of rich people, and none other than the Clock King shows up outside the auction. And he will cause some mayhem in the place. The rich people inside, they give their bids for some very valuable item. And the Clock King, he has a device in this episode that makes him suddenly disappear out of nowhere, just like he went into a vortex and disappeared from sight. And he immediately reappears in another place. So he's almost like a time dislocation device that he can freeze everything around him. And, he is the only element in the place that is able to move normally. So he can freeze time and in the regular time, right? In the regular world with time moving as usual, he dislocates himself very quickly, like a ray of light, right? So it's a cool element. It's a cool idea for this villain because he is all about time, right? So I like to say this episode is almost like a sci-fi tale, right? Something coming from one of the big authors of sci-fi like Asimov or Arthur C. Clarke, you know. So it's the man who can move through time, who can move, past time, and displays his own matter through time, which is very interesting. So we see Batman and Robin after the auction where the Clock King, he stole the item from the auction in front of everybody's eyes, which was, by the way, this clock, right? This ironically, it was this clock. Um, Batman and Robin are now investigating the videos of the auction with Commissioner Gordon to see what the hell happened. And this is where they analyze the videos of the moment that the clock was stolen. And it's a very cool scene because you see, the trio, Batman, Robin, and Commissioner working together is always fun. They analyze the videos and see that there was a hand that very quickly showed up on the video and took the clock away in almost in a light speed, which is funny, right? How could they see that? How were they able to see such a thing? The a hand just grabbing the clock like that in such an old video in black and white, by the way. But anyway, that's what happens. And after that, we see the Clock King. He's apparently working as a butler to the scientist guy. And the scientist guy is the one who created this whole displacement device, time displacement device. It looks, when I say time displacement, I don't mean like a time travel device, but more like this device that freezes time around it, right? And he's showing the device to Temple Fugit, the Clock King. So that's why Fugit is working for this guy. He wants to take advantage of his inventions. And the idea is that the device creates a kind of sphere or bubble around the element that he wants to, or keep in the normal time, or speed time or freeze time around it. And he shows that experience with the plant, which he creates these kind of magnetic field around it, that inside the magnetic field, the plant itself starts to get old and die, like the time was sped up inside the whole field. So this is very fun. I love this element, and we see that Fugit is using the device for his own benefit, right? And again, the whole plot, his whole goal is once again to take revenge against the mayor, just like in the first episode that he showed up, one of my favorite episodes in the show. Now he's again trying to get the mayor for revenge because of what the mayor accidentally did to him. So this is a quite a fun plot. And yes, we see Fugit using the device in the middle of the street. He's almost hit by a car, but he freezes time around him and he's able to move normally around, and he's going to enter the building of the mayor to get his revenge. He stops by a ventilator fan in the hall of the building that he is going to meet the mayor, and he finds it funny to see the fan moving a little slowly, right? Just slowly enough for us to understand that in real time it is moving pretty fast. And then he climbs the stairs and sees this woman that is in mid fall. She's falling from the stairs with all the papers flying around, but as time is frozen, she's stopped in time, right? So then he goes up again and finds the mayor upstairs. He enters his office and starts to, again, terrify the mayor. So apparently, Fugit's just frozen the street and the lower floors of the building, but the top office and the top of the building is still in normal time. This is why Batman and Robin are also were able to see Fugit entering the building. And I love this guy. Talking a little bit about Temple Fugate, the Clock King. I love him because he is a villain that, just like this episode portrays, he's pretty cool in terms of creating this element of science fiction in his stories, right? He is really powerful for a villain, even though he's just a normal guy, right? An old fella. He, like it is portrayed here, he's pretty powerful if he wants to, and he can be really powerful. What I mean, and you know, I think his stories, they really have a lot of possibilities for great sci-fi elements and great strange, like in this episode, strange situations for Batman to deal with. In fact, I love time travel stories, or stories that deal with time, because they always have these you can see that the authors, the creators of time travel stories, they need to really force their brains to make sense of this whole displacement of time and how things would work out if you changed time, right? um so yes, the stories, they always have this very interesting dynamic, and the elements, they have to work like a puzzle to really entertain us in the while watching a story like this. And this is what happens here. It's so entertaining to see this villain using his skills to freeze time. You saw him basically beating the crap out of Batman and Robin just by freezing time around them. He actually became a kind of a tornado in one moment, and threw Robin away across the room. It was a very fun move from the Clock King, and he's also not the most physical villain, right? Especially because during when he was climbing down the stairs of the building, he tripped on the woman that was falling before, right? The woman that he left uh, stopped in time when she was falling from the stairs anyway. And he's only able to escape the Batman and Robin and the cops because he uses time around him for doing so. And so yeah, there are so many possibilities with his stories. And by the way, I have a short animation movie that I did in the past called Batman The Darkest Night. It is in this channel that you are watching right now, and I will leave the link right here on the top of the screen and at the end of the episode for you to watch, where I used the Clock King as the main villain of the story, because it deals with Batman going back in time and going back exactly to the day that his parents were murdered. So it is literally Batman traveling back in time and physically being in the day that his parents got murdered. And the story deals a little bit of what would he do if he was able to actually come back in time as Batman and see the day that his parents got murdered, with him as a kid watching the whole thing. So we have two Bruce Waynes in the scene, right? We have Bruce Wayne, the kid, with his parents, and Batman seeing the scene as well. And I think the without giving too much away, the story deals with this fact: if Batman stops the mugger, what is his name? I forgot the name of the guy who killed his parents. Joe Chill. If he would if he was able to actually come back in time and stop Joe Chu from murdering his parents, what would happen, right? Because things wouldn't be the same for him as Batman if he did so. So that's what the story is about. And I think it's, the animation, as I have my own animations channel, the animations are very raw and done with paper and cutouts and editing. They are not, uh, the greatest technology of animation, but I'm really proud of the animation, my animation. I think it was very interesting. It's a fun 6 minutes animation to watch. So if you're interested, I'm gonna leave the link right here. But enough about myself. Right now we have this very cool, probably the best scene in the episode where uh, Fugit he placed his device of time under the Batmobile. So the Batmobile actually froze in time, and all the elements around it, which means all the cars on the street, are in sped up time. They are in full speed in the light speed mode. So they are passing by the Batmobile as these just these flashes of light, very fast, and it's a cool visual. I remember watching this episode as a kid and thinking, "Wow, this is a very cool visual for an animation." And I think I watched in HBO in the house of my cousin because I didn't have HBO in my house. So I was watching on cable TV, and I remember I never watched that episode before that day. So when I saw that scene, I was very impressed by it. And just like in Batman Returns, uh, the device is under the Batmobile, so Batman has to break the device uh, underneath the car to be able to break the effect, and he does so by shooting his grappling hook down to the floor of the Batmobile and breaking the device. And when the Batmobile leaves the magnetic field that was causing it to be frozen in time, it speeds all around the streets very fast and almost gets crashed in a wall. But fortunately, Batman and Robin are able to escape, and they find the doctor that was the inventor of the device, and he reveals the plans of Temple Fugit, which is basically put a bomb on the mayor's stage because the mayor is gonna do a speech for the people of Gotham in front of the city hall. So yes, he Temple Fugit. He's able to freeze time around the stage where the speech is gonna take place. Actually, sorry, I said that is the city hall. Is actually the courthouse, right? So, uh, he is able to pass among all the people from they are waiting for the speech and place a bomb under the microphone that the mayor is gonna use to give the speech. So now, Batman and Robin, they need to get really fast to this place because the house of the doctor is actually far away from Gotham City. It is in the countryside. So now we have another great scene, one of the coolest scenes in the movie as well. That it is Batman and Robin. They take these other devices from the doctor, similar to the ones of Fugit, uh, and place them in their bikes because the Batmobile now is broken after what happened before. They place the devices on their bikes to use them as a way to make the bikes go in light speed, um, to be able to reach the location of the courthouse in, I don't know, less than 30 seconds. So all the everything around them gets frozen, and they are able to speed the bikes in light speed, basically, and cross the countryside in very short time to be able to reach the location of the courthouse in a matter of seconds. So we see them riding the bikes in this fast mode and actually being able to be faster than an airplane or anything around them. It's really, really cool. And they are able to reach the courthouse pretty fast. And this is where we have another great scene where Batman he he gets the bomb from under the microphone of the mayor, and he uses, again, using the device on his belt, he is able to go himself in light speed, running away from the location, and he takes the bomb in his hand, almost like a Batman 66 style, and he takes the bomb and runs in really fast, away from the courthouse towards the ocean of Gotham, and he leaves the bomb there to explode. So and while he does that, the bomb, is is the time clock of the bomb already ran out. So the bomb is exploding in his hand, but since he is so fast, the fire and the shockwave of the bomb is not yet fully exploded. So we see this, almost this magnetic field of the beginning of the bomb exploding in his hand before he's able to reach a safe distance and leave the bomb in the ocean. And this is it. He does that, and the Robin gets Temple Fugate, and our heroes are, successful again. This is the end of the episode. A great episode. I love this one. And the final card with the titles, the credits at the end of the episode are also different from the regular ones. We have, instead of just Batman with that classic image and the credits passing by, we now have Batman and Robin together. So, yeah, a great episode. Time out of joint. I love this one. I think it's one of my favorites in terms of sci-fi episodes in the show. And this is it. If you are liking the content of BATGUS and these commentaries from this perfect animated series that we all love, please don't forget to leave your beloved like in this video, and also your amazing subscription so we can keep talking about Batman and DC Universe forever. And by the way, don't forget to watch also my animated short movie, Batman the Darkest Knight, where Batman faces Temple Fugate and travels back in time himself. By the way, this is a side note. I'm just doing this after I watched the episode and made a commentary. But the title, Time Out of Joint, is actually a Philip K. Dick book. So, yes, I was right about my sci-fi references in terms of a famous writer, author of sci-fi writing it. So, yes, anyway, I couldn't let this information just out of the episode. So, there you go. Now, yes, see you in the next Bats episode, and bye-bye.